Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. So let's have another look at Avalon, and then kind of the theme for this video is Paladin team. And yeah, if we look at our team here, we see that they all have the Paladin class, same class, and there's actually a surprising number of water, bounce, null warp characters that are Paladins. And then yeah, it was a few hours before Avalon was going to start up. I was just looking through my teams. And then I realized that Amakusa and Yamato Takeru are both paladins. And so any class Ableberry that I put on Amakusa would also work on Yamato Takeru. And I was thinking about all of the different possibilities for which Ableberries I could use. And the one that came to mind first was class Kin Vigor. Yamato Takeru is great for this mission. Just in every sense. Attack is very good. Speed is low, but it's not a factor here because we're just pinching anyway. Strong bump combo, strong strike shot. But his HP is very low. But with a class Kinvigor, all of the characters on this team will get that bonus. And then Lancelot, he is of course, another bounce, null warp, water character. Also a paladin. He has the class Kin Vigor Ableberry, and so all of these characters, they get 1500 extra HP, so that's 6000 in total, and that's a pretty big help. You can see my total, there's 91, started out at 85, and yeah, big output, big damage output from the enemies on this mission. So that extra bit definitely helps. And then other Paladin characters, there are two others. Another one is Sinbad, the evolution version. And then the other one is Sky Armor, the evolution version as well. And yeah, you could use any combination of those characters to get that class Ableberry to work. Amakusa is probably the best choice. She has the Fire Slayer, which works on every enemy in this mission. And then she has the Becomes a Pierce strike shot, which is one of the best strike shots to have here. Every character here has it. And a decently strong bump combo as well. It's the Cross Laser. The Fire Slayer doesn't go into it, but still pretty good against all of the fire enemies here. And then the other character I'm using is Lancelot, the Ascension version. And he's probably my #1 pick for most underrated character in the game. He's got the double null of a null damage wall, null warp. He's got pretty high stats all around. He has the Becomes a Pierce strike shot, which is always good and versatile. And then he has critical, and that's very useful on this mission. Especially when we can get the Pierce going, or if we hit weak points, that critical really comes in handy. And although he is the most underrated character, there's that critical. Even though he is the most underrated character, I would say, he's going to get better. He's going to pick up a Transcendent form, where he will kind of get an improvement on his Pierce strike shot, and then he'll get a better bump combo as well. Probably his one weakness now on his Ascension version is that he does not have a good bump combo, but that will be fixed with his Transcendent form. But yeah, anyway, before the mission was going to start, I was furiously going through the temples to try to get class Kin Strength or Kin Vigor Ableberries on one or both of my Amakusa. I did manage to get the A+. Amakusa has the Kin Strength A+, and that will give 750 attack to all of my team members, which is actually as good as a Bias or Style Kin Strength S, so that's pretty good. I would like to get the Class S though. And then, yeah, the reason why I would go through the trouble of trying to get these Ableberries is because I am now interested in going for the max look of Avalon. It's probably going to take a year or more, but that is now one of my goals. And then, yeah, if I can get able berries to help me, then I will do that. And yeah, Yamato Takeru, he is pretty much recognized as the best max luck for this mission. So I'm going to use 2 of him, and that really knocks down my HP, so that's why the Kin Vigor is so important. If I wanted to pump my HP even more, I think I mentioned this in my How Do Ableberry Stack video, but only one class Kin Vigor Ableberry is going to work per team with this setup. But I could also get like a bias Kin Vigor or a style Kin Vigor, and then those would stack, just as long as they are different Ableberries, that beginning part. So actually I could use this same team, and then when Lancelot becomes the Transcendent form, he can hold 2 Ableberries. For example, I could give Lancelot the class and then style Kin Vigor Ableberries, and then I could give Amakusa Shiro the bias, and that would be 3 HP bonuses, which would go on all of my characters. That might be overkill, might be too much, but it is a possibility. And then I guess I could talk about the other 2 characters, the other one being Sinbad. He's also really good. He has a, what was it? It wasn't the speed up bump combo. I think he has the blast bump combo, which actually works really well with the Yamato Takeru's bump combo. And then he has a wall-bound strike shot, where, yeah, he bounces in between the wall and the boss and then gets more attack every time he hits. And that can be really good on the second stage, the second boss stage. You get at the bottom of the screen and you just take out the boss there. And that would actually set him up for the Legion on the last level. So that would be pretty useful. Or you could save that strike shot for the last stage itself, and then position yourself above Avalon. And then once the defense up goes away, then you can use that there. And then, let's see, who was the other one? Sky Armor. I don't know... Sky Armor would be really good. He's another power type, so he would do some good pinch damage. He also has a blast bump combo, so that would work really great with Yamato Takeru. I do not know about his strike shot, though. It's the toss-up into the air strike shot. It does good damage if you can get 2 hits on him. But I don't know. And I'm not brave enough to try out either. I would recommend maybe Sky Armor if you had nobody else. I would say that Sinbad he would be legitimately good for this mission. But not as good as the 3 that I'm using here, so... but yeah, if you did happen to get a class Kin Vigor on Sky Armor, for example, it could be worth trying him out in this mission with Yamato Takeru. Okay, well, enough chit-chat. I guess we'll talk about the mission itself now. So here's the first boss stage, and then I want to get rid of all of that little row of little guys on the bottom there. There are chances to pinch in between the galaxies and the drones. And then the Donatellos we want to get rid of because they heal Avalon. The first few turns Avalon will have a defense up, so that means we're not missing anything by going after the little guys at the bottom. And yeah, if we look in the upper left and right hand corners, we can see numbers. Those will be lasers that shoot in from the sides, and we do not want to be up there. That's just lots of damage on us. And then one of the great things about this team that I'm using is that it can deal pretty good damage, even if the party is not close to the boss. So that's another great reason to use one or more of Yamato Takeru. But yeah, I'm keeping a close eye on my hearts and my health, and then also the attacks of the boss. Here I saw that the three-pronged laser was coming out, so I used Lancelot to push my other guys out of the way. And then, yes, we are seeing Avalon shake. After 3 turns, there will be a pretty much an ultimate attack. So we want to take down the boss by then. And then for positioning for the next stage, I think being at the top half of the screen is better. So we'll slowly move my guys up. Unless we're using Sinbad, then we want him at the bottom center of the screen. Alrighty, looks like we got one last turn. Thankfully it's Amaxashido's turn, so she did more than enough damage there. Okay, I think placement here is fine. Here we want to pinch in between the galaxies and then in between the drones. And then the Diablos will come out and then we want to pinch in between them. Okay, very good. There's that critical again. Okay, with Yamato Takeru we'll try to pinch in between the drones. Very good. Okay, and then we have kind of a turn of just waiting, so we'll kind of move down here. Okay, and then here the Diablos will come in, and then if we pinch in between them, we can take them out in one hit. Amaxashido has a good angle, and then when you are aiming in between the Diablos, you don't want to aim perfectly in the center between those two weak points. You kind of want to aim a little bit above, just because the hitbox for the Diablos is kind of weird. So you kind of want to aim a little bit out of it. Oh. Oh. Alright, that's what I'm talking about, Lancelot's critical. So he hit the weak point twice with a critical. And that took away like a good third or maybe half of the boss's HP. So that was a really big help. Okay, more good damage from Yamato Takeru's one-way laser. And yeah, Yamato Takeru as a Max Luck is quickly becoming one of my favorite Max Lucks overall. And it has everything to do with the one-way laser. Okay, last stage. So here we have a lot going on. What we want to do is we want to get rid of the galaxies. We can pinch in between them and then the drones, because they have a one-hit KO attack, so we definitely want to get rid of them. We want to get rid of the Donatellos because they will heal the boss, Avalon, and they will also hit us with ability lock, I think. And then, yeah, healing we can get around. Ability lock we cannot, so we definitely want to take down the Donatellos soon. And then finally we have the Legion down there in the center. And then if we leave him too long, he'll give himself attack up and then take us out. So yeah, every single turn here counts. Ideally, every turn we want to take down somebody. So that's what I'm thinking of here. I'm going to try to get rid of the galaxy on the left. That worked out, good. And then, amazingly, perfect position to take out Daegeon next turn. So here I saw a chance to pinch in between the wall and the Donatello, so we'll do that, I think. Oh, no, we're going to go for the Daegeon. Okay, very good. A little risky, but good. Okay, and then here, we really need to get rid of that galaxy, so we'll do Amaxashido's turn there. Very good. Okay, and then here I would love to pinch in between the wall and Donatello, but my positioning is not so good. I'm going to hit Avalon before I make it into that little corner. So I'm going to try an alternate way. I'm going to go up first, and that'll give me like an inch of leeway, and we'll get in there and take down the Donatellos, and that was good. Okay, and that just leaves the last Donatello, so we'll get rid of him. And good. So that's the hard part of this stage. It's getting rid of all of the little guys before they do all of their stuff. Now we are free to just do damage to the boss, so we'll go ahead and use our strike shots. And yeah, there are no lasers coming from off the screen, so we don't need to worry about positioning too much now. The only place we do not want to be is in the kind of lower half of Avalon, because that 3-prong laser will come out. Okay, here I'm going to use Avalon's, or Amaxashido's strike shot. I think I was debating between up and down and left and right. I decided to go up and down so that I could get out more bump combos and then also grab more hearts. Okay, there's that 3-prong laser. And then that also means that we only have 3 turns left before the big attack comes out. So we'll go ahead and use Lancelot's next. And then this time we'll do a left and right so that we can get bump combos and then also more hits on the boss. Okay, and that will do it. So that was a look at Paladin characters in Avalon. And I think for the time being I'm going to stick to this team. And then I'm going to continue to work to try to get more class Ableberries on my Amaxashido. And when Lancelot Transcendent comes out, maybe I'll go for another Kinvigor Ableberry. Alrighty, thanks for watching. We'll see you again. Take care.